Hey everyone. This week was pretty good. So, I'm feeling pretty good, but I kind of took too long putting this video together and then also doing normal weekend stuff. So, I'm excited to be here and I'm not looking forward to the work week, but we're going to make it through. Instead of thinking about tomorrow, I'll think about last week. First off, I did get to watch Crimes of the Future by David Cronenberg. It was really fun, and it was the 2022 one, the new one with Viggo Mortensen, as opposed to the older film he did like 50 years earlier with the same title. Crazy thing to do, but that's the crown. But my Tuesday movie group were saying there's kind of a direct line from Videodrome and Existence to this movie, and I do agree. But I also think this movie stands out, not necessarily for the best, but it does stand out to me. I think I might like it more than Existence, but and this is gonna sound insane if you haven't seen it, but the Chinese waiter scene is just like permanently lodged in my head, and I don't think anything in Crimes of the Future really got on me that way. So there's like a difference in the level of lingering impression that um, might affect my opinion in the longer term. But right now, I did like this a lot. But next up, I did play a tiny bit of Kodelka. There are too many random encounters. I played it for about an hour, and I will go back to it at some point soon. But right now, I want to see the story more than I want to engage with the repetitive parts of the gameplay, because I know almost nothing about the story so far. So it's like, I just need a bit more food before you put me on the mechanics grind set, okay? This is just the burden I gotta bear, though, going back to an old RPG. Next up, Diablo 2. Now, this is a game I could grind it. The Project Diablo 2 season started on Friday, like I was talking about before, and I got my Amazon that I made through hell. And now I think I'm just gonna figure out what I'm farming and then what my final build is gonna be. I started as a Summon Zon, which is a build that uses the decoys and Valkyries to do most of your damage for you. Like, for me in particular, they're doing all of the damage for me. um, but I was doing a Javelin Zon at first, but I started getting bodied at around level 30-ish. So I switched off to Summon Zon, and everything became a cakewalk up to like level 80, which is pretty crazy. But now that I'm in the part of the game where it's like the actual end game content and like completing the character basically, now that like I have all the basics down, this is the part where I just gotta figure out what that final direction will be. Whether or not I'm sticking with Summon Zon, or if I'm gonna be more of like pure Bozon, or if I'm gonna go back to Javelin. So I'm hoping everything goes fun. I'm gonna stick with someone for now while I'm still gearing up, and then switch to something later probably. Now in RuneScape, I had the most goofy death at Araxor, and I was fuming about it. But then I remembered I had instant replay set up, so I clipped it. It was really funny when I realized clicking on the toes got me. But it's been a good week. I got to relearn Araxor after only having done it in leagues. I did a lot of redwood cutting at work. I killed a few KQ, just why not? I just got done helping Reddy do the Vengeance KQ combat achievement, because Rhodey's Group Iron account doesn't have Vengeance yet, so I had to venge other, and I thought it was very funny, and it was a good time. And I will be honest, speaking of RuneScape, when co-host was still alive, I had a side blog I would use to post about my account progress, but I was really bad about doing it consistently. And I did that around the time like where I was completing Song of the Elves, which is so long ago now. But I kind of miss co-host a lot. And it's wild that I'm doing something similar in a YouTube format consistently. And I'm doing this while employed, whereas that was like, it took less time to make and I was unemployed. Next up, I did get to play around more with Obsidian. I basically want to figure out how to do a small few quality of life things just to make everything kind of smoother regularly. So I updated this little script I had that I was using to make some of the notes I was using. Life is pretty good now, but I want to find a way to better integrate it into the other functions that are already in the program. It's like a weird thing to be fussy about, but I'm being fussy about it. Just how it goes. Then I guess I'll close out with anime thoughts for this week, because this is going to be a short one this week. Food for the Soul remains like maybe not my favorite of the season, but the one I'm like most unexpectedly charmed by. Because it's like, how do I even put this? It charms me, and the ending is probably my favorite ending of the season. And so it's like when everything comes together and all is said, it's like I kind of expected the other shows to be what they are, and then Food for the Soul was like a show I almost forgot about, but then it's just like this cozy little like girls hanging out cooking show. And it's like I like that they're not all into cooking. I know that sounds dumb, but like the interest not being shared makes it feel more realistic to me or something. Makes it feel more appealing. I don't know. But Food for the Soul has me clapping and shouting every week with that ending, and then just how much I love the girls' dynamics. And then Apocalypse Hotel, Yaiba, and Loser Ranger also popped off. And I'm always happy when I get good episodes of that many shows in a week. And I guess the last thing is just, I don't want to go into too much because it's kind of a pain, but I'm just kind of looking forward to next weekend. Basically, all month I've just been thinking, I just want a 3-day weekend. I just want a 3-day weekend. Now Memorial Day is coming up. Monday's gonna be off next week, and I'm like, what will I do? And I'm thinking that maybe it's finally time to do more like daily stuff. I don't know how to put that into words better. Just like stuff I want to do in my daily life that I don't normally have the time to get into. And I think it might really be time to do another little rabbit doodad sculpt. I kind of lost the flow because this is where I went off script, basically. I'm sure it really shows, but I think with this next week, I'm just going to try and make it through the work week. Not really worry too much about what I'm doing or not doing. Just kind of live life normal. And with the 3-day weekend, that's where I will hopefully have a nice little sort of setup. I have to go through it more, but I'm also on a Discord call right now, which is pretty distracting. Anyways, though, thank you very much for listening as always, and I'm hoping that everyone has a good week, and that I have a good week, and that we all have a great 3-day weekend next week for all of us that have 3-day weekends. So take care, everyone, and have a great one. I couldn't decide if I want to say great night or great day or great whatever, but take care.